Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about how to interface 8051 microcontroller with serial communication interface. To initialize serial communication interface with 8051, we require three registers to initialize. Those registers are called serial port control register. In the serial port control register, we will specify which mode we are going to operate, the SM0 and SM1. If it is SM0 is 0, 0, it is mode 0, 0, 1, it's mode 1. Yeah, here you can see here, SM0, SM1. If it is SM0 is 0, 0 means mode 0, and 0, 1 means mode 1, 1, 0 means mode 2, and 1, 1 means mode 3. So what is the difference between all the three modes? Here, the baud rate, in which rate you are going to transfer a data. Always the mode 0 will operate on the frequency of oscillating frequency divided by 12 baud rate, and mode 2 will operate in the baud rate of oscillating frequency by 64 or 32. Your mode 1 and mode 3 are, we can use variable baud rate. In this program, I am going to use mode 1. Always for mode 1, the SM0 is 0 and SM1 is 1. And then the next bit is SM2. The SM2 is always used for multiprocessor communication. So for this program we don't require this pin. And then receive enable. So this is set or cleared by the software to enable or disable reception. And then transfer bit 8 and receive bit 8. This both the pins is used for mode 2 and mode 3. And then the next two pins are transfer interrupt and receive interrupt. So once transfer finished successfully, then transfer interrupt goes high. Once receive interrupt, once receive all the data happen, then RI goes high. So in the serial control register, the two bits we are going to use SM0 and SM1. The remaining bits we will not use for the program. So in SM0 should be 0 and SM1 should be 1 for mode 1. Why I am going to choose mode 1? Because it's a variable baud rate. We can use different baud rates. The next register is power control register. In the power control register, it will we will specify that SMOD, only this bit alone, to be set. SMOD should be the MSB bit should be set. Why do you want to set the pin? Because it will double the baud rate if timer 1 is used. In timer we have two registers, timer 0 and timer 1. If we use timer 1, then it will generate baud rate. The baud rate is doubled when the serial port is used in mode 1, 2 or 3. Always we will use SMOD as a active high. We will enable this pin alone, this bit alone. And then here for different baud rates, there are different timer values there. So why timer value? Because the baud rates, as baud rates gets varies, the timing value, how much rate we should transfer data, the timing value also will be get differed. So for 19200 timer value is 253, and for 9600 253, and 2400 243, and 1200 baud rate 230. These are the timer values with respect to the system frequency as at 12 MHz. So now we will write a program to transfer data using a serial communication interface. So at first, to initialize your serial port control register, as I told earlier, we are going to use mode 1. For mode 1, it is SM0 is 0 and SM1 is 1. So clear SM0 and set B SM1, set bit SM1. And then in the power control register, we want to set your 7th bit alone. So the in the power control register is not bit addressable. So what I'm going to do is I will move the value to the PCON value to the A, and then accumulator is bit addressable. So then I will do the 7th bit as a active high. So if you see here, move A comma PCON. The power control register value is moved to the A register, and then once the value is copied to the A, then the accumulator is bit addressable. So set bit accumulator dot 7. So the 7th bit, the MSB bit will be get set. So once it gets set, then once again I will copy the value of A to the power control register, and then move TMOD, timer mode register, that is called TMOD, as 20H. because I'm going to use timer 1 in mode 2. In timer 1 mode 2 is 8-bit auto reload mode. That means in 16-bit timer register we have timer 1 and timer 0. In timer 1 we have lower bits of TL0 and higher bits of TH0. In both TL0 and TH0 we will load a same delay value. If you see here, the 243 is stored to the TH1 and same to the TL1. So after timing is finished, automatically it will reload the value from the TH1 to the TL1. It copies. So that's a specialty of mode 2. In mode 2 is auto reload timer. So to specify the auto reload timer, we have initialized 20H and then we have given the data as a 243. So why 243? I'm going to operate at the rate of 2400. So 243 is initialized to TH1 and then TL1 and timer starts. Set B timer 1. Start timer 1. Once timer gets starts, I can transfer a data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a data called A into the RAM address called 30H and the 0 is specified for terminate the data. Suppose if we can see use move 30H comma hash A and move 31H comma hash B and move 32H comma hash 0. This 0 indicates termination of your data. So what I'm going to do is, so in the data is stored to the 30H and then I will put a data in a register from R0 because we cannot transfer a data to the serial buffer register from the address. So I'm going to take an data to the R0 register. So for that in R0 I will store hash 30H as an address and move a comma at the rate of R0. So in R0 what is the value is there? 30. At the rate of means it's a data addressing mode. So in the 30H address whatever value is there that will copy to the A register. So jump 0. Suppose if a 0 is the value, then it will stop the serial communication. If not, I will transfer data to the serial buffer register. From serial buffer register, it will transmit a data. So once from A, we have A as a data, it will move to the serial buffer register and then I will increment R0. So R0 goes to 31 and then jump if not bit set. Yes, until the transfer interrupt gets set. Until transfer interrupt gets set, it will be keep on looping here itself. That is the purpose of dollar symbol. Do nothing. So jump if not bit set. So transfer interrupt is not set means it will looping in the same location. Once this bit is gets set, it will goes to the next line, clear transfer interrupt, and then jump again. So it will be going over here. Now the R0 is increments to the 31. So in the 31 we have a data called 0 that moves to the A register and then jump 0. So once accumulator becomes A value is 0, it will jump to the finish, do nothing. So this is the basic concept of a program. So now we will see how to execute the program. So already I have loaded the program, the same program. At first I have initialized the serial control register and then power control register and then timer registers, and here I am going to transfer data called H, and to terminate the data it is hash 0. We cannot transfer a data from a register to accumulator, so we are going to transfer data through accumulator. We cannot transfer data from register to serial buffer, so we are transferring a data from a register to accumulator and then accumulator to serial buffer, and then we are checking for the whether data is sent or not. So transfer interrupt. Once transfer interrupt occurs, then clear the interrupt and then do the same process again. So now if you see here, I have assembled the program and then you please watch here. Okay, here the H will be arrives once I run the program. So if you can see here 4800 baud rate, the system clock frequency is 12 megahertz. So if you see here, I'm going to run a program. Yeah, here you can see the receive data. You can see H. I have sent the data called H. it has been received. Suppose for example, what I'm going to do is here move 31h comma hash he and here 32h. So now if we can see here, H arrives and E arrives. So it takes a timing of 243. So this is how we can transfer a data. In next video, I will discuss about how to use a transmitter or receive in the external manner. Okay. Thank you for watching.